History isn't just a list of old names and dates. It's full of forgotten empires that shaped the world we live in. But what if I told you one of the most powerful ancient civilizations came from Africa and dominated global trade? What if its legacy still influences our lives today? The Kingdom of Aksum wasn't just a kingdom, it was a powerhouse of innovation, culture, and influence. Let's uncover its story. The rise of the Kingdom of Aksum in the 1st century CE marked the emergence of one of Africa's most influential civilizations, a powerful trading empire that flourished in the Horn of Africa and played a crucial role in global commerce. Nestled in what is now northern Ethiopia and Eritrea, Aksum's strategic location allowed it to dominate the trade networks connecting the Mediterranean world, the Arabian Peninsula, and the Indian Ocean. Its wealth and influence were reflected in its monumental architecture, particularly the towering obelisks that still stand as testaments to its grandeur. More than just a commercial hub, Aksum became a center of culture, language, and religion, shaping the history of East Africa for centuries to come. The origins of Aksum stretch deep into antiquity, rooted in a blend of indigenous African traditions and South Arabian influences that crossed the Red Sea. Long before it became an empire, the region was home to a complex network of agricultural communities that benefited from the fertile highlands and access to water sources. Over time, these communities coalesced under a ruling elite that established Aksum as a dominant power. While myths and legends shroud the early history of Aksum, archaeological evidence suggests that by the turn of the 1st millennium, the kingdom had already begun to extend its influence beyond its immediate surroundings. Aksum's ascent to prominence was fueled by its role as a crucial intermediary in international trade. The kingdom controlled key land and sea routes, linking Africa with the Mediterranean world and the Indian subcontinent. The bustling port city of Obelisks, located on the Red Sea coast, became a linchpin of this trade network. Merchants from Rome, Persia, India, and Arabia flocked to Aksum's markets, exchanging goods such as gold, ivory, and exotic animals for textiles, spices, and precious metals. This commercial success enabled the kingdom to mint its own currency, one of the earliest instances of coinage in sub-Saharan Africa, signifying both economic sophistication and political authority. While trade brought immense prosperity, it was Aksum's ability to consolidate its power that allowed it to maintain dominance. The kingdom's rulers, whose lineage was steeped in divine legitimacy, wielded authority over a vast and diverse population. Military conquests extended Aksum's reach, allowing it to control neighboring territories, including parts of the Arabian Peninsula. Its expansionist policies not only secured trade routes, but also facilitated cultural exchanges, leading to the adoption of architectural styles, linguistic developments, and religious practices from different civilizations. One of the most striking symbols of Aksum's power and wealth was its tradition of erecting massive stelae, or obelisks. These towering stone structures, often carved with intricate designs, served as markers for royal tombs and proclaimed the achievements of Aksumite rulers. The largest of these, the Obelisk of Aksum, stood over 30 meters high before it toppled, a marvel of engineering that reflected the kingdom's artistic and technical prowess. These monuments were not merely decorative. They reinforced the divine authority of Aksum's rulers and cemented their legacy in the annals of history. Religion played a pivotal role in shaping Aksumite society. In its early years, the kingdom practiced a form of polytheism influenced by South Arabian traditions, worshipping deities such as Marem, the god of war. However, in the 4th century CE, Aksum underwent a profound transformation when King Ezana converted to Christianity, making it one of the first states to adopt the religion as its official faith. This conversion, facilitated by contact with the Roman world and the missionary efforts of figures such as Frumentius, had lasting implications. Christianity became a defining feature of Ethiopian identity, persisting even as Islamic expansion reshaped the region in later centuries. The strength of Aksum was not merely military or economic, it was also intellectual. The development of the Ge'ez script, an indigenous writing system, allowed for the recording of royal inscriptions, religious texts, and commercial transactions. This linguistic achievement reinforced Aksum's cultural identity and set the foundation for Ethiopia's literary traditions. The use of Ge'ez as both a spoken and written language endured, evolving into a liturgical language still used in Ethiopian and Eritrean Orthodox Christian practices today. Despite its achievements, Aksum was not immune to the forces of change that would eventually lead to its decline. A combination of internal and external pressures eroded the kingdom's power over time. Shifts in trade routes, particularly the rise of Islamic merchants who began to dominate Red Sea commerce, weakened Aksum's economic base. Environmental changes, including deforestation and soil depletion, further strained agricultural production, making it difficult to sustain the population. Additionally, conflicts with emerging Islamic states placed increasing pressure on Aksum's territorial holdings. By the 7th century CE, Aksum's influence had waned, and its political center gradually shifted inland. Though the kingdom never truly disappeared, its role as a dominant regional power faded, giving way to new Ethiopian dynasties that would carry forward its legacy. The Zagwe dynasty and later the Solomonic dynasty inherited many aspects of Aksumite civilization, from Christianity to artistic and architectural traditions. The echoes of Aksum's greatness remained deeply embedded in Ethiopian culture, shaping its identity and historical consciousness. The story of Aksum is one of ingenuity, ambition, and resilience. From its rise as a commercial powerhouse to its role as a religious and cultural beacon, it was a civilization that bridged continents and shaped the course of African and world history. Its legacy lives on in the towering obelisks that still stand in Aksum today, silent witnesses to an empire that once commanded the crossroads of the ancient world. I'll leave you to discuss in the comments. What do you think was Aksum's most impressive achievement? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and I'll catch you soon in another video.